Welcome back to the Hurry Up Podcast presented by Hoop Good Media Group, powered by TriStateFootball.com. Please sure to follow us on social media at HG Media Group and at TS Football. Um, we're here in week 6, and things are going. A lot of good teams playing well. Some upsets last week, and it's just going to get more and more interesting as the season goes on. Since we are just past halfway point of the season, I want to share the top coaches I have and their coaching jobs so far this season, like we did several weeks ago. And, a lot of guys doing well, leading their teams to, um, great records, maybe better than, what they thought they were going to be. So I got 5 guys that I feel like are um, exceeding expectations and or just having a really good season. So um, and I'm going to do these in no particular order this go round. So I'm going to start with Middletown coach Khalid Jones. The Middies are 5-0. Big game this week against Lakota West, where I think we'll truly find out just how good Middletown is and what they'll have to offer come playoff time. They're looking at a number 1 seed right now in Division 1 Region 2, and this will go a long way to helping them secure that um, even more so. I like Coach Micah Thaler from the Lebanon Warriors. Um, they're off to a great start. 4-1 start, I believe. Um, Doing a great job. They have Kings this week coming in to Lebanon. And again, another team I think will learn even more about. They played Anderson tough a couple weeks ago for a while. I think this will be a tough ball game. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Justin Roden, Fairfield Indians. Um, I don't think anybody expected them to have the record that they have right now, and coming off that win against Lakota West. Um, I think I'm going to throw him in there um, for now. Coach John Rodenberg from the Indian Hill Braves. They're undefeated. Um, they're doing great. Got a great player and Devlin Daniel, and they're doing what they need to do to be dominant. And yeah, I got to stay with Coach Evan Dryard Anderson, 5-0, dominating every team that they played this year. 40 something points a game, um, high 40s, defense, and lights out. And yeah, I mean, those are my top 5 coaches at this very moment. Could always change, but those are guys I think are doing a great job um, leading their team the way they need to be led. So um, we're going to have Coach Mike Orlando from the McNicholas Rockets join us, and he's going to talk about his team's game against Carroll this Friday in the GCL Co-Ed division. So we'll have Coach Mike Orlando right after this.
Hi, everybody. My name is KJ Green, and after you're done with the hurry up, come check out my podcast, Sports from the Hoodwood. Insightful, intelligent, and intense. Sports commentary with the Hoodwood edge. Sports from the Hoodwood, link posted below. And now, without much further ado, back to the hurry up.
McNicholas coach Mike Orlando, been the coach of the Rockets the last 15 years. One of the great coaches around. Another guy, underrated at times. His teams are always tough. They play well, and they usually have winning records. So We're going to be joined by Coach Mike Orlando here. Coach Mike Orlando, McNicholas Rockets, welcome you here to the Hurry Up. You're 3-2 right now, two straight victories. Kind of what are you feeling about your team right now after those two wins in a row?
Yeah. So we are in a spot that I think that if you said we're going to be 3-2 after 5 games, I think we would take it. With the early on three game schedule to start there with Turpin, Wheelersburg, and Ironton. We feel like we left a little bit out there. I think if we're being honest with ourselves, we think we left one out there down there in Wheelersburg when we lost 10-7. But we speak in truth, right? It is what it is. We are 3-2, and we'll move forward with that. So pleased how we responded. After starting 1-2 and getting 2 wins under our belt there. So happy where we're at, but definitely not satisfied. We need to continue to keep this thing moving. And, it is, we're halfway, at the halfway point. So
Mhm.
there is a lot of ball left, but there really isn't a lot of ball left either in the same regard. So, we have to take week to week and just be prepared and do the very best we can.
And you got Carroll this week. They're 1-4, kind of struggling a little bit, but they do have some good players. Austin DeLong at quarterback, and he's kind of been finding his target Charlie Williams a lot. That's kind of been a good connection. What have you seen from Carroll, and how do you get a victory this week?
Yeah, so it's start a GCL play. Anytime that we you play in our league, you better be ready because it's going to be a tough physical game regardless of whatever else goes on. So they're going to be prepared. It's new coach, right? It's kind of a wipe the slate clean type deal. Okay, we're starting GCL. Everybody has a chance of winning the title. When we flip on the tape there, they look like a GCL team in terms of how hard they play and whatnot. So honestly, it's coach speak. I get it, but we have to focus on us at this point. We're just trying to get ourselves a little bit better. And if we get into like looking at, okay, if this team does this and that team does that, like, yes, we're going to be prepared, but we're just trying to take it week to week, and especially the way that we started and some of the injuries we have, we kind of trying to reinvent ourselves a little bit and find our identity. But we look forward to it. Get the back to come home, for the next 2 weeks, and the last two home games of the regular season for us. So we're going to take advantage of that and appreciate that and move this thing forward.
And talking about your team, we'll start with the offense. You got a lot of weapons, a lot of different guys that can make plays when it comes to Sandfoss, Nauman, Powderly, Conrad, all these guys just, able to beat teams. You know what I'm saying? So um, talk about that luxury of having multiple guys that can make plays for you.
Yeah, so Caleb Nauman, our starting running back, got hurt, week 2. And we coming into the season, we're going to, it was going to go through him, and everybody knew that we're going to run the ball, play, run play action, RPO stuff, and with him going down, we had to change ourselves a little bit. We made a change at the quarterback position and put Evan in there, and he's definitely a dual threat guy, and not, and that's not an indictment on the other guy that was in there. It was just what we had planned just didn't happen, right? And your guy gets hurt, and you can't turn around and hand the ball off to 25 and expect things to happen. So we kind of, like I said, we had to reinvent ourselves a little bit, and but yes, in a weird way, it is allowing us to showcase our guys and spread the ball around a little bit, and not just focus in on one or two guys. We have to be multiple at this point. We don't have that guy and of taking the ball 25, 30 times a game and being effective that way. So we have to be multiple. We have to have a lot of different guys touching the football. So and we've done that last 2 weeks. And then again, it's a work in progress. It's one of those things that probably looked a little messy a couple of weeks ago and got a little bit better last week. And then as it continues on, as we get deeper into the league play here, hopefully it forms into something pretty formidable. And I think we can. I think we can get there. The good news is that defensively we're playing really well, and if you do that, you have a chance in each and every week.
Yeah, and leading into your defense, Sam Whitcomb, he's your leading tackler, and you're coming off those two wins, two straight shutouts. What have you liked from the defense? Obviously, you like the shutouts, but what have you liked from them these last 2 weeks, especially.
Yeah, we're communicating really well. I mean, anytime that things go a little sideways for us, it's guys are getting quiet back there, and the communication isn't happening. And the communication piece has been really on point the last couple weeks. And to be honest, all year. I mean, we gave up a lot of points in the Turpin game, but in the Ironton game. But if you look at those are actually offensive. We threw some pick sixes in those things, and so. With that, the guys you mentioned, the guys in the middle, have been just sound tacklers. Sam is one of those guys. He's like an old school, like Penn State throwback type middle linebacker. Like he's not going to have any frills. He's going to go about his business, and he's going to show up every time in film, and we love that about him. But overall, collectively as a group, we've been playing really good team defense. Guys are, I think we had a stretch at one point in there where we're trying to be the hero, right? Try and play hero ball a little bit, and just rather than just doing your job. And the guys will realize, okay, that doesn't work. If I do my job and the guy next to me does his, and things will work out. And that's been the case. And so when we do that, we're pretty good. And it doesn't mean that we don't have holes, and it doesn't mean that we can't get up points. And our goal is never to have a shutout. We understand that, we love it. It's great, but it's really hard. I mean, we play really good teams, and to shut teams out, it's really difficult. So we just got to play good, sound defense. Got to tackle well, get guys to the ball. When we do that, we're pretty good.
You talked a little bit about the GCL co-ed and stepping in the conference play, and you're on the back half of this season now. What does it take, kind of week in and week out in the GCL to perform at a high level? And as you're trying to make a push toward the playoffs, what does it take, especially coming down the second part of the season?
Yeah, so you get in league play just like every other league. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows what you do, and outside of the guys that are have new coaches or whatever. But for the most part, I've been here at McNicholas my 15th year, and so haven't really varied from what we've really done over the last probably 13 years. The book is out there on us. So what do you have to do? Well, you just when you're trying to be a running team, you have to run the ball when everybody knows you're running the ball. Right. And you're playing defense. You got to be able to stop the run when everybody knows that the other team is running the ball. And that's it. Right. And it's for me, if you're going to win in this league, you got to be tough first and foremost. Like you just can't be a soft bunch. Right. You're going to have to be physically and mentally tough. And obviously you got to have some talent too. Right. You can't just be tough guys and not have any talent. So you have to have some guys who can do some things. And, when we walk into this league and go into this league, you understand week in, week out, you got to have those things first and foremost. And we'll do that. We'll prepare accordingly, and know that got some teams down into the conference that that are really playing really well, but you can't overlook anybody, and we're not going to do that. We'll give Carroll their just due for sure.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, appreciate you here for joining me this afternoon. Good luck this Friday against Carroll and going forward in the season.
Brandon, really appreciate it. Anytime, man. I love what you guys are doing for high school sports, man. It's really, really good stuff. Thank you so much.
All right, sir. Appreciate you.
Okay, man. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye. That was Mike Orlando, head coach from the McNicholas Rockets. Very tough team. They're usually around come playoff time, so wouldn't surprise me at all for them to make a run here the last part of the season. They got Alter later, they got Baden later, but those will be tough games, and they'll be ready to play for sure. Thanks for watching the Hurry Up podcast. Coach Mike Orlando of the McNicholas Rockets. Thanks for joining in, and we'll see you next time.